Thank you for watching Poetry in Motion with your host, D. Freeman. D. Freeman. D. Freeman. D. Freeman. D. Freeman.
Through the years, we've been forced to accept the man's rules, his type justice, his way of life, all his stale blather and jive. But we have a duty to our heritage, so rejecting his rules, we struggle to succeed on our own terms, struggling to survive. Why is it that we must work twice as hard, jumping through hoops, walking on water, demanded to deliver twice the task? Why this rude treatment, disdain, and unjustified abuse at every turn? Why the hatred shown seemingly for no just cause, I blindly ask. So as I see it, we struggle here, we struggle there. Dang, if we don't have to struggle, we struggle everywhere. This struggle as we know it today has gone on and on and on, years, hundreds of years. So we ask the age-old question, where do we or where must we go from here? Well, the answer to this remains overtly, covertly, subjectively, and blatantly hidden. We need to dig deep into the bowels of the nation to find solutions and remedies that were once forbidden. Why has this happened to us? Once royal members of a splendid and noble clan. Our painful struggles must reinstate us to the position of nobility so we may forever nobly stand. Now, our people are known to excel in that we do well. We do that when the times are tough or when we are put behind the 8-ball. We come out fighting stronger than ever, head held high with determination to stand tall. We yet struggling and moving forward as we continue, striving to accomplish goals, dreams, and all else, working hard, even overtime, to become our best selves, living a life that's always targeted by our poisoned haters, yet hoping to be divinely blessed by our awesome Creator, singing our freedom chants and marathon songs out loud, pressing on daily to make God Almighty proud, struggling inwardly to be our best friends, our own best friends, while lifting our fellow man as we move forward to our desired end. Finding determination and love in our hearts to be our brother's keepers, closing the misunderstanding chasm between all God's peoples, moving beyond the perceived and the actual racial divide, envisioning an end to this long suffering and an end to this struggle to survive. All right, that's Struggling to Survive. That's going to be in my next book when it comes out one of these days, but I'm working on it. Well, hello.
Hi.
Well, welcome to Poetry-N-Motion.
Well, thanks for having me. That was a lovely poem.
Oh, thank you. Actually, I just finished it a couple days ago.
Oh, is it? Wow. Congratulations. That was amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It sounds like you have a book coming out as well.
Yes. In addition to the 4 I already have, I have one more manuscript that I'm working on here and there. While I was in Florida, I took a little hiatus and worked on it a little bit. But you're here, Shawn, to talk about a very important enrollment. And why don't you share a little about you first, and then we'll talk about your organization.
Sure. Well, my name is Shawn Dhanak. I am
Okay.
the communications lead with a nonpartisan nonprofit group called Enroll America, and we are on a campaign called the Get Covered America campaign to raise awareness about the new healthcare insurance options that are available and mobilize consumers to take advantage of this historic opportunity to find quality, affordable healthcare through the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. And I've always been passionate about healthcare reform because I think everybody deserves access to quality, affordable healthcare insurance that allows them to see the doctor routinely, to catch something before, catch an illness before it becomes preventative care, and also to have that peace of mind and financial security that I think is a prerequisite for well-being, both body and soul.
Enroll America.
Yes.
And that's been around for as long as the Affordable Care Act has been around?
That's correct. So shortly after President Obama signed in the Affordable Care Act into law, Enroll America was formed to help inform, assist, and get the word out about what the Affordable Care Act means to communities and to individuals and to families. And then back in June, we launched the Get Covered America campaign in advance of the open enrollment period that started on October 1st. And so now we have volunteers across Michigan that are passionate about, like I am, about healthcare reform and getting the word out, educating consumers about their options, what it means to them, and the benefits to their household that coverage and these new options mean.
So this Affordable Care Act, it's something that most other countries already have in some form.
Sure.
And for us, it's something new, and some people are really opposing it. Do you know why?
Well, it's a titanic shift in healthcare insurance, but I might add in the direction of consumers. It's a big protection or consumer protection act, and by that I mean, for instance, the new options, all healthcare insurance options now must cover the 10 essential benefits, and among them there are you have to receive routine doctor's visits, maternity care, prescription drug coverage, preventive care, and more. And nobody can be denied healthcare insurance anymore because they have a pre-existing condition, nor can they be charged extra because they have a pre-existing condition like diabetes, asthma, or simply because of the fact that they may be a woman. And so nobody can be dropped from their healthcare coverage when they become ill or have an injury. And so you're right, this is the first time in America's history where everybody has the opportunity to get covered. And a lot of other countries have implemented a universal health care. Well, this is our version, and it works for the United States, and it's already working for well over 100,000 Michiganders who have enrolled thus far. And so my job is, Enroll America's job is to educate consumers and maximize the number of Americans and Michiganders who take advantage of this historic opportunity.
Okay. So who are some other organizations with whom you're working to spread this word?
Sure. So we work with navigators, community health centers, for instance, right here in the greater Lansing area. We work with the Ingham County Health Department. They are what is called a navigator, an in-person enrollment assister, and we can
a navigator.
I can talk a little bit more about what a navigator is later on. But we're also working with Planned Parenthood. We're working with enrollment stakeholders who share our passion and mission to help educate consumers with just the facts about what they need and want to know about how to get covered. And so we're also working with Cherry Street Health Services in Grand Rapids. We're working with Covenant Health, a community clinic down in Oakland County, and
Okay.
we're working with several other organizations. The list is long, and I could probably fill up the
Right.
entire segment here just talking about all of our partners. But I do encourage everybody to go to our website, which
Okay.
is getcoveredamerica.org, and they can see a full list of all the partners we have. If they're looking for in-person assisters, which I can expand on in a moment, they can find that an assister near them at getcoveredamerica/locator.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So I've had a couple groups on. One in particular that I'm remembering, GLAHI.
Yes.
Are you familiar with that
I
organization?
am. We have not
Okay.
worked with them formally thus far, but we certainly look forward to the possibility of working with them to help spread the word.
And would you also be working with some of our churches
We
in
do.
the communities?
In fact, we work with, we've held 2 large-scale enrollment and education events thus far with Kingdom Ministries, and we're also working with the Greater Christ Baptist Church down in southeast Michigan. There's another church that the name escapes me right now, and I apologize, but we're working with many faith leaders. The point is down in southeast Michigan, both Christian, Catholic, Jewish, and Muslim, all denominations.
Now, I don't think you told us your title, but you're what?
I'm the communications lead, so I am responsible for
all of Michigan.
For all of Michigan. So I am responsible for helping to get the word out through television programs like this, so through the media, and then talking about sharing the stories with the general public about consumers who have been profoundly and positively impacted by the new healthcare insurance options. For example, there's an individual here in the Lansing area. She works two jobs, is a single mother, and because of the financial assistance that is available through the marketplace, she's only paying $8 per month for healthcare insurance. There's another individual, Elizabeth Baptiste. She's a young adult. She's 25 years old. She had a shiny healthcare plan through her previous employer, but then a great new job offer arose, and she accepted that position without the risk of losing the great healthcare benefits she had with her former employer. So the point being that she could explore a new career path, explore her true potential without worrying about losing that vital healthcare coverage because she was able to shop on the marketplace.
Okay. Well, that was one of my questions, I believe. It was, can you name some of the horrors attributed to this plan and some good news? So that was some good news. Now, is there any horror stories out there?
Well, before, I think there's a lot of political discourse around the Affordable Care Act, right? Because it's still, unfortunately, still polarizing. But the fact of the matter is that the healthcare law is the law of the land, and it's having a profound and, as I said, profound and positive impact on people's lives. Now, back in November, there was an attempt by people who oppose the Affordable Care Act, quality affordable health care.
People, a certain party,
certain segment of society that opposes quality affordable health care coverage to individuals, and they were engaging in a fear and smear campaign to try to stoke that continued fear, because this is such a new plan. There's confusion out there, and there is a little bit of fear.
When you don't know, you're
exactly
afraid to step
and
out.
so there is a small percentage of individuals who received letters from their insurance companies that notified them that their coverage was no longer being offered, or it was being upgraded to meet the requirements of the Affordable Care Act to provide a better level of coverage that we think about when we think about quality healthcare coverage. And so But the fact of the matter is most of those individuals, because we've reached out to them, because we've been talking to on shows like this and on the radio and on TV, they have gone to the marketplace and have often found a better plan. For example, Amy is an individual whom one of our volunteers contacted back in November. She was one of the individuals who received
a letter,
of cancellation. She went on to the,
she was horrified, huh?
But she was horrified originally, and then she went on to the marketplace. She found a plan with the same level of coverage as she had for $900 less per month.
Per month?
And a less of a deductible. And an out-of-pocket max that was previously not in her old insurance plan. And she has type 2 diabetes, and so she couldn't be charged more because she has type 2 diabetes, right? So these are the positive things that even come out of what people want to make out to be negative aspects of the law. And so the fact of the matter is, again, the Affordable Care Act, through its marketplace, allows consumers to shop in side-by-side comparisons with no fine print, in easy-to-read language, for a health care plan that fits their needs and their budget.
Okay, and that is called the marketplace.
That is called the marketplace, and so it can be accessed through the online portal at healthcare.gov, or they can call the 1-800 hotline.
Oh, okay.
Which is 1-800-318-2596.
Okay. 1-800-318-2596.
That's correct.
And that's the health hotline?
That's the healthcare.gov hotline. And so individuals,
okay,
if they don't have internet access, or if they're not necessarily literate or in how to use the internet, then they can call up the 1-800 hotline. And then again, there are in-person assisters called navigators to help them find a healthcare insurance plan that's best for them.
Okay. So do some of these really positive situations, have you had them help you to market at all?
Well,
get the word out?
There's certainly, there's actually just a negative article, as what I perceived as negative, about the Affordable Care Act. And Elizabeth Baptiste, I mentioned, called me up, and she said, I've had such a positive experience with the marketplace, and it has, I've seen firsthand the experiences, or I've firsthand experienced the benefits of the Affordable Care Act, and so I want to write a letter to the editor. And I said, be my guest, because there's a lot of misinformation in this article. And so she's writing a letter to the editor, and she's helping get the word out. There's an individual down in Detroit, just a few weekends ago, we had a big national training, and in Michigan, we gathered all the volunteers together to gear up for the big March push.
Okay. Which is the deadline, March 31st?
That's correct.
Is the deadline for enrollment.
That's correct.
Okay.
And so we're gearing up for a major blitz, if you will, to go out into communities and maximize this time remaining.
Because you're going door to door.
We're going door to door. We're holding phone banks. We are going to churches. We're going to barbershops. We're going to where consumers are, so that we can have those personal conversations with them, to get their information, to follow up with them, to help direct them to an in-person assister. And so we held a community summit in Detroit, and there was an individual by the name of Elsie. Well, I won't say her last name.
Okay.
But Elsie, she is 61 years old. She has a monthly fixed income of $1,600 per month. When she was laid off 2 years ago, she subsequently lost her health care insurance. She's pre-diabetic. She's got high blood pressure. Things that need to have routine medical attention, and she was unable to afford a basic doctor's visit, and so she enrolled through the marketplace for a silver Humana plan And because of the financial assistance for which she qualified, she's only paying, get this, D, 22 cents per month.
22 cents?
22 cents. It costs her
Oh
more to
my.
mail it in than, you know? And so
Oh.
she came to one of our community summit
Oh,
in Detroit
absolutely.
and shared her story. And now
Uh-huh.
she's volunteering to get the word out to all of the individuals. And those are some of the stories that we like to magnify, because it shows that the benefits of the Affordable Care Act, and how once people learn about their options, not only do our studies show this, but our experience shows through people like Elsie and Elizabeth that they are passionate about then spreading this word. So.
Okay. Now, your marketplace. Tell us a little more about that. Are all the big name insurances involved in this?
So the marketplace has 13 reputable private healthcare insurance companies that sell their product on the marketplace and compete for consumers' business. And that's partly why that it's expected that through the marketplace, through this increased competition and consumer choice, that premiums are going to go down, right?
Okay.
And that's one part of it.
Okay.
And so there are 13 insurance companies in Michigan through the Michigan marketplace that sell their plan on the marketplace, and those include McLaren, Humana, Priority Health, Blue Cross Blue Shield, all the big name insurance companies. So this is not anywhere near socialized medicine that some of the opposition would like to use in their fear campaigns, since there's such a negative stigma attached to that. That's what they're just trying to do. They're trying to discourage enrollment, which I think is unconscionable.
And there were, in some information I read, that there are 1 million people, uninsured Michiganders.
1.2 nearly.
1.2
But
million.
again, that's coming down because of the marketplace now. And one of the reasons why there aren't more insured
at
this point is because, unfortunately, the legislature passed Medicaid expansion without what's called immediate effect, and so it doesn't go into effect until April. And so only those making 138% of the federal poverty line up to 400% of the federal poverty line are eligible for premium tax credits, the financial assistance that helps bring health coverage within their budget. And so those that are between 100 and 137% of the federal poverty line still can't afford these plans until Medicaid expansion comes into place. But once we hit April and beyond, we expect by the end of the year we're going to have a substantial portion of that 1.2 million number enrolled.
Okay. I did hear, though, and I guess that's what you're saying about the Medicare, that there's still some people who won't qualify now, but as of April 1st,
April 1st is what they're saying right now. Unfortunately, some of the details are still ever evolving, which I'm not necessarily well versed and qualified to talk about right now.
So, you've been involved with Enroll America since its initial date. Okay.
Well, I joined forces with, I came on to Enroll America and its Get Covered America campaign in June when we launched the campaign.
Okay. So, do you have friends that you've been able to convince that this is something that they need to get involved with?
I have. My friend Francis is a perfect example. He has not yet enrolled fully because he's still weighing his options, because there are so many choices on the marketplace that he has to choose from. But he's a young adult. He's in his late 20s, like I am, and I told him the benefits of I told him what the Affordable Care Act and the marketplace offers, and the benefits of having health care coverage. Again, peace of mind, financial security, routine medical care, access to medical care. And he said, you know what, Shawn, that's smart. I said, for most likely the less than the price of a cell phone bill per month, you're going to have quality, affordable health care coverage. He hasn't seen
Peace of mind.
he hasn't seen the doctor in 2 years.
Oh.
And I just think that's silly. And so he agrees with me. My sister, she lives in California. She went through California's marketplace, but she was skeptical of the Affordable Care Act for a while. And so she would always sort of debate with me growing, the last several years. But it's funny, she came to me over Christmas and she says, Shawn, you win the argument. I just enrolled in a healthcare plan through, and she has Graves' disease. And so she enrolled through their marketplace, was able to find a plan for the same level of coverage as she had before, for about $500 less per month, and she makes well over 400% of the federal poverty line. She wasn't eligible for the financial help, but well within her budget. And so that's what's so great. Everybody can find a plan that is within their budget and meets their needs.
Okay. We're about out of time, but can you give us the website one more time and that hotline number?
Absolutely. So healthcare.gov, that's healthcare.gov, is the online portal. And the number to call if individuals don't have internet access is 1-800-318-2596. And our website is getcoveredamerica.org.
Okay, well, thank you so
much
for being
Dee,
here with
for having me on.
And so you get covered out there. Be proud, be productive, and by all means, be blessed.
Tune in next week for more messages of blessings and inspiration. Guest sharing life and education, words of powerful motivation, and editorials for deep contemplation. Until then, be blessed.